Hey guys, welcome to the Magfed Ranch Paintball channel, and today I'm going to discuss how to mount a red dot or an optic, whether that's a crossbow scope or a red dot, onto your marker without using an adjustable riser. But before I get into it guys, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share, and comment. Alright, let's begin. It's kind of funny guys that, Magfed Paintball kind of follows real steel firearms trends. And one of the trends that happened, fairly recently in the firearms industry is almost kind of a go back, right? A freaking, what do they call that? When you go retro, right? A retro to old optics mounting systems. And in this particular case, like you see here on our MR Gordon Carbine rifle marker, right, clone that I have here in front of us. We're talking about the A2 carry handle, guys, with the added on Picatinny rail on top. Okay, so one of the things that the real steel firearms, when they first started mounting red dots onto the obviously the Picatinny receiver, right? You were doing like either co-witness, right, where the red dot would actually line up with the iron sight, or of course you were doing 1/3, right, where the red dot was sitting just a little bit higher, and then the iron sight was at the 1/3 right below distance, height, right below your red dot, so that of course you could use your red dot above the iron sights, and then of course the iron sights was still usable if you lined up your eyes right below the red dot. But anyways, there was this distance of kind of like either co-witnessing where the red dot would line up perfectly with the iron sights, or you have this 1/3 co-witness that everyone was preferring. And then recently, like I said, this isn't a new thing guys, but recently the firearms community got back didn't get back yet, but they got to a point where they're like, we actually need a higher distance or a higher height for our optic. Because the problem, what they found was that when you are having to shoot from positions of obviously unnatural body mechanics, and in this particular case, if your neck is just super cranked over to be able to, see that height, to see your sights, you're not able to shoot as fast. You're not be able to, shoot as accurately. Your body's under more tension, and so you're obviously tense. You're going to be stressed more, which is going to create more fatigue. In essence, it's just going to create more mechanical alignment issues, body issues, and then that's going to make it obviously your performance less, right? Because if you're constantly tense, if you're getting tired, if your body's not naturally aligned, your shots are not going to be as accurate, not going to be as fast, okay? And so it's kind of funny how through this process, right, of starting at this low mounting distance and then going, obviously a little bit higher to a 1/3. Now we're back all the way up to the charging, the carry handle height now. So if you look at most of the new or newer optic mounting system heights, it's a lot higher now. And that allows you to maintain a head right up position. That allows you, of course, to wear more gear on your body, and so that way your head could be higher up instead of having to kink over. And it's like I said, it just makes your body in a more relaxed, natural position for you to be able to shoot faster, smoother, and more accurately. And so one of the ways we can mount our optic on our Magfed markers is using an A2 carry handle with the add-on Picatinny rail. So guys, you can get this anywhere. I got this one through MCS, and it's really a nice one. I'll do a tabletop review on another video, guys, but just let you guys know, obviously any AR carry handle with a Picatinny rail will work as long as it's quality, as long as it's machined, you know, straight and everything like that. It just mounts on to the top of your receiver, Picatinny receiver, usually with just these two tightening knobs. And then, of course, the Picatinny rail mounts to the hole in the A2 carry handle. There's a hole here, and it just has a bolt and a nut that you just tighten to mount the Picatinny rail on. And then, of course, you're going to need some type of scope mounting rings or red dot mounting rings, or, of course, if you're using a red dot that has, you know, the mount built into it, then it would just attach to the Picatinny rail on top. Now, one thing I will tell you guys, this isn't still as badass as this setup looks, guys. I love the look of this marker. I just love that old school look, especially with, you know, just your, you know, your clamshell handguard, the fixed sight post, front sight, and of course, you know, the suppressor on there. This is just a really cool, clean looking setup. But I still will be honest with you guys, this still isn't my preferred method of mounting an optic. And I'll give you guys the reasons why, okay? First off is the height. As much as this is still usable, like this is just enough height to be usable, it's only a 2-inch height increase, guys. And if you guys go check out my other video on the First Strike adjustable riser I did, I told you that that mounting system gives you a 2.5-inch rise, okay, guys? And like I said, 2 inches is not enough, guys. 2.5 inches is what you're looking for, you know, 2.5 to 3 inches. And so depending, you know, if you get, you know, that distance with the rings and everything like that, that's kind of what you're looking for. So that way your head can maintain an upright position with goggles, and you don't have to, you know, kind of kink your neck over. It's just a more natural position to be in. So with this setup, you know, you're still kind of having to obviously kind of just cock your neck over slightly. It's not terrible, but it's not as ideal as the 2.5-inch distance. Okay, so that is the one first negative aspect. The second negative aspect is that now you don't get any of that adjustable, cocking or adjustable, obviously angling of the riser, the First Strike adjustable riser now for those long distance shots. Okay, so with this setup, unfortunately, yes, it's zeroed at 20 yards as all of our markers are, right? But the problem with this setup is, you know, at the other distances, whether that's 40, 60, or 80, now you're having to just kind of hold your dot above the target, right? So now it's like, okay, hey, now you kind of have to just kind of guesstimate, you know, I'll hold an inch or two above a target at 40 yards. Maybe that's, you know, 3 inches above, 4 inches above at 40 or 50 yards. In essence, it's kind of just a guessing game now, right? And also, the other problem with that is maybe now you're going to lose the actual target in your optic, right? Because you're literally having to aim high above the target, and even though the red dot is, you know, you can see the red dot, the target no longer is actually in your optic now. So it's kind of like you're looking through the optic with both eyes open, and then at the same time, you know, down the way, you're kind of looking at your target just off in the distance. And then now you're kind of just having to gauge, okay, shoot, I just took the shot, you know, where is it landing? Did it hit close, or did it hit, you know, hit the target that I'm trying to hit? So like I said, it's not ideal to gauge those long distance shots without the riser adjustability, okay? Now, that's with the red dot, guys, okay? With the crossbow scope, of course, you'll have less of that issue, because the cool thing about the crossbow scope, of course, is that the reticle is going to have those holes built into the reticle for you. So I think this setup would definitely work better with a crossbow scope in terms of those long distance shots, so that way you have those holes. But of course, like I said, this is just to complete the look of this Gordon carbine, look that we're trying to achieve here. But I think this setup with maybe some high rise high mount scope rings, and then of course a crossbow scope would probably be a fairly usable and decent setup as well. Once again though, still the only problem with that is that you're going to be limited to, of course, your crossbow scope's reticle, right? So whether that is a 20 to 60 yard hold or a 20 to 70 yard hold, or even some of the other crossbow scopes that has a 20 to a 100 yard hold, you're going to be kind of limited to those. So you still won't be able to adjust past those distances. So like, if you have to take a 150 yard shot, you won't have that adjustability because you don't have the riser, the adjustable riser to do that. Okay, guys? But yeah, I mean, super cool looking mount. Iron sights are still functional, of course, with this setup, right? Because there's a hole here in the Picatinny route, so you can still use the iron sights. Just a sweet looking hold, and it's kind of cool that old school is the new school now, right, guys? The retro look is making a comeback. But yeah, guys, this is another how-to that you can use to mount your red dot or your crossbow scope on. And so, guys, if you guys like that video, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Check you guys next time. Peace.